Vanakkam. Welcome back to our course on SAP Production Planning. In this week, we'll be discussing how to create bill of materials. So far in the course, we discussed what is production planning, different types of production carried out in industries. Then we talked about organization structure, general business organization structure, and also PP, SAP related organization structure. Then we talked about master data for SAP production planning. And then we had a detailed discussion of material master. And last session we discussed what is bill of material, what is the importance of bill of material, what are the functions. In this session, we'll see how to create bill of materials. To create bill of materials, we can use the menu path shown here, or simply we can use the transaction code CS01 is the transaction code. Once we go into this page, enter the material code and the plant. Right, once we enter these things, then we can go into this page, the system. After entering the material and plant, let us enter what is the BOM usage. Why you need to enter BOM usage? BOM can be created for different purposes and for different areas. What purpose are we creating this BOM? That we need to highlight. For that, this field BOM usage is used. For example, if you are creating the BOM for production purpose, use the usage 1. If it is for engineering or design purpose, usage 2. If it is for universal purpose, usage 3. If it is created only for costing purpose, put as a value as 6. So these are the different usages which are there. You can explore further possibilities in the system. Also, to produce one product, we may have more than one bill of material also. If you have more than one bill of material, system is allowing us to create alternative BOMs. Because the manufacturing methods for one machine, there may be one kind of bill of material. If you produce the same product in another machine, there may be another bill of material may be required. So when you need to have a different bill of material for same finished product, we can use this field alternate BOM. And also we can enter what is the valid date of this bill of material, from which date it is valid. If we keep this field empty, system will take the BOM creation date as the valid date. Some bill of materials probably may be applicable from next month or after 2 months, but you want to create and keep it. Or some bill of materials may be already used in the system. We want to apply these in the past details also. So which is the date you have to enter here. If we keep it empty, system will take the what is the BOM creation date, the current date as the valid from date. Now we are in the BOM creation page where we need to start to enter the details. Before proceeding to create the bill of material, let us check some details in the header page. For this, use the header icon and press it. System will take us to the header page. In the header page, we see the details like this. Starts with the alternate BOM. We discussed during when we are creating alternate BOM, we did not give any value, but here system is showing 1 because this is the first bill of material. If we enter alternate 2 there, it would have shown 2 here. For a product, we can create up to 99 alternate bill of materials. 99, right? And then you are having this valid from date, what we entered in the header, it is appearing here. And also in engineering change management, there may be a change number which will be applied. According to that, the changes will be recorded. So what is the change number, from which date is valid, that also we can capture in this field here. To understand engineering change management, that is a different topic we need to discuss, but now we will proceed with the further discussions. Then here we confirm what is the header quantity, because sometimes we may create the bill of material to produce one quantity of the product. Sometimes the bill of material need to be created to produce 100 pieces or 100 kgs, 1000 liters, right? So the header product unit of measurement for how much quantity we are creating the bill of material, that has to be carefully considered here. Because sometimes the component going into the bill of material may be very small fraction of quantities. Those things we may not be able to enter when we enter the base quantity as 1. We may need to give the quantity as 10 or 100 or 1000 like that. You would have discussed this point in the costing BOM also, right? In the costing view in Metal Master, we saw the lot size. Similarly, for BOM creation also we can use the slot size. Normally here we use the quantity, base quantity as 1, which means we are going to create bill of material to produce one number of finished product. Then we have to check the status of the bill of material. This is very important because when we create the bill of material, we can use the bill of material with the different stages. For example, a bill of material may be used only for MRP purpose. Some bill of material used for planned order creation. Some bill of materials are related to work scheduling. Some bill of material related to costing activities. If these fields are not activated, that particular function may not happen. For example, here we see the status 1 where the MRP explosion, planned order, relevant to costing, relevant to work scheduling, all are applicable, which means this BOM is fully ready. But if you see in this same table in the status 2, there is nothing. So if you put status 2, this bill of material will not be used for any planning or any production purpose. Also when you use 3, it is used only for MRP and planning purpose and not for costing purpose. So whenever you have any problem that the BOM is not exploded or costing is not working, one of the important point you need to check is the BOM status. And then there is a field called the deletion indicator. This is very important. Deletion indicator is showing that the BOM header or the BOM item has been deleted with respect to the change number. There is a change number. If you want to delete it, then that indicator can be given there. This indicator is valid that whenever you have this change number validity, when it is changed, when there is we don't want that BOM to be in system, at the time you can use deletion indicator. There is a deletion flag. Deletion flag is indicating this BOM will be archived during the next archiving run, and if necessary it will be removed from the database itself. That is the purpose of deleting the bill of material using these fields. Be careful whenever there is a problem. Maybe you will see there is a BOM but you are not able to use them. You have to check all this like a BOM status, any deletion indicator, all these things you have to check to resolve any issue. And then now let us click on this item icon, what is highlighted here. No, double click on or single click on this item icon. System will take us to the next page, which is called BOM item page, item overview. Now here we are in the tab of material tab, right? We are seeing the material tab here. Now in this 10 operation 0010, if you double click, system will take us to the detailed page, right? 0010 double click, system will take us to the page. In this page we see 4 tabs: basic data, status long text, administration, and document assignment. Here in this basic data we are seeing many details. For example, you are seeing item category. What is this item category? When you create a BOM, the components we are giving into the BOM may be in different categories of items. For example, it may be a stock item, which is a metal which is used for production, or it may be some documents we need to refer, or it may be some tools, or it may be the size of the product may be varying, right? I mean the dimensions of products may be varying. By these there may be different item categories will be there. Which is the product and it has to consume from stock or it has to only for reference. For those things you have to select the right category. Whenever we create a production BOM where we want to consume the material for production from the stock, normally we use this item category as L. For other usages, you need to practice and check how they are working. Here we are not covering that. We will be using the item category L for our course purpose. And then we are having these 2 scrap percentage fields. One is the operation scrap percentage, another is the component scrap percentage. Operation scrap percentage is what is the scrap expected in one operation for the quantity of the component to be produced, and for the operation how much scrap will be generated. This entry what we are doing, this will be overwriting the assembly scrap we entered in the metal master, right? Metal master would have entered the assembly component percentage, right? Scrap percentage. Now if you enter in bill of material, that will be taken as the more priority. Also system will create additional materials considering this operation percentage. Then the component percentage, it is the percentage of scrap that occurs during production of the metal if the metal is a component. Operation scrap is that how much that we have to process it in addition as a quantity, and then component percentage is which component we are using how much it may happen as scrap. For example, you are using some nut and bolt to fix one machine. During fixing the nut and bolt, there may be some one or two nut bolt may be damaged as per the process itself. So maybe it is 1% or 2% that we have to enter. If you have to enter this, why you are entering this? Because during planning purpose, if you produce one machine where we need 50 nut and bolt, without considering scrap, if you plan, system will plan only that 50 or 100. If you put this scrap, system will plan the additional quantity also. So to take care of the proper planning, considering these scraps which are coming from the operation or from the component scrap, we need to use these percentages. And whatever the value maintained here, they are superseding the value what we maintain in the bill of materials. Please take note. Which means in Metal Master, you can have one assembly scrap and component scrap which is applicable to all the BOMs. But in specific BOM, you want to change the scrap, then you can use it. Because one machine may produce more scrap, another machine may produce less scrap. Then why should we apply the same scrap, right? We can use the different scrap percentages to accommodate those kind of changes. And then there is a field called fixed quantity. This fixed quantity is used to fix what is the quantity we are going to use in the bill of material. For example, there are some materials, right? When you use the material, it may not be varying based on the number of product what you are producing. For example, if you are using a tool for this product, if the header item is 100, you don't need 100 tools to produce this product. You need only one tool. So in BOM, you put this one and put this fixed quantity. Even if you put 100 or 200 for the particular BOM for one order, if it is fixed quantity, system will take that one only. It will not vary based on the header quantity. If you want to fix which is not getting affected by the header quantity, use this field fixed quantity. Now, as we said, we are in the first tab, that basic data, but we want to see some more details. Let us go to the status long test tab. The status long text tab, we are seeing various details. One is the production store location. This production store location is the issue location from which the component has to be consumed during the backflush. For that we can use it. Again, in the bill of material, in the Metal Master, we would have given this production store location, but now this can be overwritten in this bill of material because a specific product may be used on specific location. At that time we can change it here also, right? This is one. Next is the production supply area. Production supply area serves as a place for interim storage on the shop floor to make metal directly available for production purpose. So this is used in Kanban processing. When we implement Kanban process, this field will be used. And then there is a relevancy to costing. When we are having the BOM which has to be applied for the costing purpose, you can use this field. For example, you have 10 items in the BOM, only 8 items have to be considered for costing purpose. 2 items don't need to be considered for costing purpose, means then the cost material you can exclude by removing this X mark from this indication. So we can include or exclude the material using this field in the costing of specific component. And then you have the tab called administrator. Here, after saving this bill of material, we can see the details of who created, when it was changed with the dates. And then there is a document assignment. If you want to attach any specific document as part of the bill of material, you can attach this. Creation documents will be done through document management system that we will be discussing later, not now. But you just know that we can attach the document for any BOM. After putting all these details, save the BOM. BOM is created. Right? That's how we create the bill of material. So in this session, we discussed how to create bill of material and important parameters to manage the bill of material effectively. Having understood the basic concepts of bill of material and how to create bill of material, we'll discuss various reports to analyze bill of material in the next session. Meanwhile, please give your feedback to improve the flow of our course and also the contents. Meanwhile, you want to achieve a rapid growth in your career, APIX certifications will help you. For example, Certified Supply Chain Professional CSCP or CLTD. These are the two main and popular courses to grow in the business processes in supply chain management area, whether it is planning, production, procurement, anywhere. You can do these certification courses and you can grow faster in your career. If you need any support to discuss this CSCP or CLTD, you may contact me in the details given here. Thank you all. See you in the next session. Take care. Bye.